I'm going to talk about intensive gardening today. Intensive gardening is a process whereby plants, instead of being planted, in rows, first of all, they're planted in a hexagonal shape. In addition, they're planted closer together than the package in which your seeds come tell you to plant. This is for two reasons. What this does is, one, as you notice here, this looks like a big mass of plants. And yes, it is. They're overlapping each other as they grow. This does two things. The first thing that it does is it creates a mini climate under the leaves, which one of shade and one of moisture. Because of that, since there's no sun actually hitting the ground, there's less weeds, and the weeds that are under there cannot grow that fast. Second, if we look here on this bed, you see a bunch of weeds because there's not a lot planted here. Plus, if you notice, the soil is dry and hard because this soil is exposed to the sun all day long. Now, if you get down a little bit, I'm sure it won't be that it's not going to be that dry. But see, if you notice, I'm getting down in here and this soil is still dry. Now, I watered both of these beds here. This bed here, raised bed, and then this bed here, double dug and intensively planted bed, yesterday morning. Okay? Now, if I go into the intensively planted and double dug bed, and yes, this is from yesterday morning, meaning that it went through all of the sun all day long and night. And this is the top soil. Notice this top soil is still wet and moist. So guess what? I only have to water this maybe once every 2 days, as opposed to every day for this raised bed where the sun hits it directly. That means less maintenance for a gardener, small-scale farmer. For those of you that are watching this that are thinking about doing gardening, there's two things you want to look up: intensive gardening, close space planting. Those are two methods that will cause you to be able to plant more in less space and at the same time with less maintenance. And because of the fact that the mini climate under the plants creates a moisture on the bottom of the leaves that the sun hits, you'll find that your plants grow faster and they're healthier. This has been proven. Let's look at some other plots over here that are also done that way. This is squash. Notice it just looks like a real big bob of plants. So guess what happens? The sun's not hitting the soil. Let's take a look at the soil under here. And this was also watered in the morning. See? It's moist. I could almost go another day and a half without watering this, even with it being 80, 90, 100 degrees outside. Also, our tomato plants are also done that way. Let's take a look at some soil. See? Moist soil. And tomatoes need a lot of soil, and that's probably why you can see all of this, all these tomatoes. See? Because of the intensity of planting. The same with the green beans. Oh, by the way, if you're local to Sac, we got green beans all day for you. And same here. So this is just something I wanted to pass on to the family. Once again, Google intensive gardening. This is the Israel Family Farm signing off. Shalom Aleichem, Ani Ahab, and praise Yahweh.